Hello, folks. It's Jeffrey Evans. Welcome to top of the hour here. Do we have to call in to get audio? No, you don't. We are going to talk this afternoon about Browsio, or afternoon for those of you in America. And this program was first shown to me a little while back, and then I got more detail on it. And the more I saw, the more excited I got about it. And during the last webinar, somebody asked about it. The owner of Browsio was very responsive, made a video for us, which most of you have probably seen. And I thought it'd be a good thing to do to get him on here to talk about the software itself, about how it's used, what its advantages are. He's going to share some other very valuable information. He's going to tell you where to get your PVA phone numbers very cheap. He's going to probably demonstrate for you that even though you're using proxies, if you don't handle Firefox properly, and with Chrome there is no option, both Google and Microsoft can see your real IP. So there is going to be some very good information coming out of here. Without further ado, I'm going to pass this over to Simon, and let's see. I'm down here and find you in the list, Simon. There we go. Simon, go ahead and accept the presenter role. Simon, check your audio. I'm not hearing you.
Hello?
Okay, now I hear you.
Okay.
It's all yours.
Okay. So everyone can hear me, yeah? I'm assuming because I see a few people here in the chat. Not sure yet. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. So I guess we're going to go over a few different parts of Browsio and how I guess how they work together beautifully with Wire Buddy Enterprise. But before I did that, I wanted to just go through a quick training on something that I've uncovered recently. It's pretty simple and straightforward, and anyone can do it, whether you actually have Browsio or not. And I just wanted to show this to you because it gives you an unlimited amount of social backlinks, backlinks from places like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Tumblr, and most other Web 2.0s. So before I actually got into the actual Browsio training, I'd like to just go through this with you and show you how you can get literally social backlinks on demand from any of these platforms. And it's much easier than you'd think. You guys up for that? A couple of guys saying they don't hear anything, but I see a few people do hear. So I guess it's a setting over there somewhere on the screen, top left-hand side, I believe it is there. There should be a phone button. Yeah, top left-hand corner. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the biggest site. So Facebook. Facebook is the number one social signal that you want today, that you want to add to your ranking signal. So both traffic from places like Facebook and backlinks from places like Facebook are key. And things like traffic from these social networks are a lot more important than you think. So when Google sees traffic coming to your site from places like Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, it's just sending these signals that Google is showing that, well, if these sites are sending traffic, then hang on a second, I should probably look a little bit closer at this site. So you probably have all heard of the site operators. So we're going to do a very basic site operator that you've heard of, site colon, right? So when you do site colon, normally you do that to go ahead and find the sites that are in the pages that are indexed in your site, on your own website normally. Or if you're doing some sort of competitor research, maybe if you're looking for certain pages, which ones are indexed, how many sites a competitor has got, how many pages a competitor has got indexed, right? So if you were to do site colon Facebook.com, as you all know, that's going to just bring you up with all of the pages that are indexed in Google, right? So you've got 4.5 billion pages indexed in Google here for Facebook.com. Now, that doesn't really help us, but within that 4.5 billion pages, there's gold, and we're going to find it right now. So a product that I've been working on ranking recently is one of the niches that I'm in is testosterone boosters. So if you were in that niche, I'm going to use this as an example. So we are going to go and type in testosterone booster like that with parentheses. And I'll narrow it down, and that'll bring all of the pages that got anything to do with testosterone booster, and that's 8,000 results, right? And what you can do is you can just open a new tab, and we might actually see a couple of backlinks that I may have placed earlier on, and we'll see if they're actually still live. I placed them a few days ago on some of these ones. And as you can see, one of the key points to take in over here is that all of these pages are indexed in Google, right? So they're already indexed. Google already likes them. They're already given a certain amount of authority, and they're here. We're getting them straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So here we go. Here is the first. Okay, this is a search result. This is a fan page, and this is, here you go. It's stuck, and these comments, they stick like gangbusters. Okay, so here's one of the profiles that I've used, Pamela, so on and so forth. And the kind of comment that I use is like this: wow, I'm really new to all this. I wanted to order a booster supplement for my husband, but I was going to order from here, this site, Rage DNA Analysis, which is my site. But then I saw this post, where is your buy page? So it's a little bit cheeky, but listen, it works. And the point of the matter is you're adding a little bit here to the comment. The guy's not going to delete it because you're asking for another buy link. And this was posted the 26th of August, as you can see. The 26th of August, that was about 4 days ago, and the link is still here. And here's another one. Okay, this guy has shut off his comments, but you get it. So that's Facebook. Now we can just switch it up and do exactly the same for any site that you want. So we're going to go to Google+. Let's type in plus google.com. I'm going to bring up Google Plus pages and community posts and events and pretty much everything that's indexed in Google. And why I love Method so much is because all of these pages are already indexed in Google. So Google loves them. So once you get a backlink on these, you leave it for about a week. You come back to it after that. If the link is still there, you can then start sending these social posts through backlink indexing services just to send a little bit more link juice to it. You can run it through, if you use some sort of backlink service like GSA or even Fiverr, just to boost these pages a little bit, that you've just placed your link on it. So these are the kind of backlinks that you really can't get penalized for. These are social. They're all coming from very high authority, the most high authority stuff. We're talking Facebook, Google Plus. These are communities, so you join the community and you go ahead and you add an intelligent comment where you're adding value to this thread, right? Okay, so here we go. You see, I'm being told to log in, but this is my regular browser. For some reason, it's logged me out of my own Gmail, and it does that sometimes. Let's see. Here we go, testosterone level. So if you were to come in here with an intelligent comment, right, and drop a link and say, hey, I just read this post, very interesting. I've never heard of this testosterone booster Rage DNA. Have you got any that you recommend? They're just not gonna. They're gonna love that. They're gonna see you're interacting with them. You know, you're not spamming something totally irrelevant, and it's what Google wants. They want to see you hanging out on relevant pages, getting backlinks from all of these authoritative sites. I mean, you don't get any more authoritative than Facebook and Google Plus. And it doesn't stop there. You can do this pretty much with any site. And I love doing this with Twitter because while it becomes a tweet, but the page that's indexed in Google, if you get a tweet like this, here you see this here, this here is a tweet, and it's in Google. If you retweet this, I wonder if a link there. No, but if you were to retweet this, you would get your link on this page. If you were to retweet that. Here's another retweet. And here's another place where you can get a backlink from. And these are all relevant, and you can engage with these people. It's not just a matter of getting a backlink. You're hitting social networks in the most relevant way possible, and you're dropping a relevant, which is got to be somehow on topic with exactly what it is that the post is about. Otherwise, you're spamming, and you don't want to be doing that. Especially with your tier 1 sites that you want to rank, you want to be keeping it as clean and as clear as possible. I'm hearing a lot of beeps. I just want to double check. Jeff, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Hello? Yeah, excellent. Okay, cool. I'm just hearing a lot of beeps. I think maybe it's just people joining. I'm not sure. Yes, excellent. All right, guys. Cool. So there you go. That's how you get the backlinks on demand, and we can just switch this up. I mean, you don't have. I mean, I'm just using testosterone boosters as an example, right? So you can go do anything you want. You can do colon cleanser. Oops, there's no such thing as that. Let me just fix that slide. Right, and these I'm just using all of the usual suspects. Obviously, these are the kind of affiliate or CPA that you'll find if you're doing CPA affiliate marketing. It works for any market, any niche. So if you're doing local marketing and you want to find maybe painters. I mean, what's going to come up? Painters Guild, Twitter, So again, I want to just emphasize that the reason why this is so powerful is because these are all tweets, pages, profiles that you're finding in Google. They're indexed in Google. So by jumping on that indexed in Google bandwagon, you're just immediately getting into Google's good books. You're dropping your link in places where Google's already found authority and where Google already agrees that this should be in my index, because you don't see a lot of tweets indexed, but there are a lot of them if you look for them, and you want to jump on those tweets that are indexed and just get involved in conversations, and not just drop a link. It's all about using this to target your market, your niche, in the right way, so that when you drop a link, you're not just dropping a link, you're engaging and having a conversation. And when you do this correctly, you do this the right way, you do this on Reddit, you do this on Google Plus, on Facebook, and you're in a group and you're dropping a link that's relevant to this exact conversation. I mean, a sneaky trick that I do, and that you can do, anyone can do, is you see what's being spoken about in these forums, and you just go ahead and quickly make a post. You make a post on one of your money sites, on one of your main sites, geared up to the exact conversation that you see people are having, and then you go and you do a search for this conversation on the social networks using these search operators, and then you jump into those conversations with a relevant article that's exactly what everyone's talking about, and you just share that link, and it's relevant. They're all talking about it. Chances are they're just going to share it more if it's a well-written article and it's on topic and you're not spamming and you're interacting. But the problem with that is you can't do this with one profile, as you all know, and it's really, really hard to just get involved in all of these conversations when you don't have lots of different Twitter, Facebook accounts at your fingertips that you can just open without having to deal with looking for proxies and remembering which proxy you were using and so on and so forth. And I'm going to show you how we do this in Browsio. But before I do that, I just want to talk very quickly about another very important element to all of this, which is getting the right kind of Twitter accounts, the right kind of Google accounts. I mean, you all know about them getting deleted, and if you don't have the right verification, managing all of the telephone numbers and so on and so forth. So it can become, an absolute nightmare dealing with all of your tier ones when they get deleted because you forgot which telephone number or the telephone number is no longer in service. So we've actually teamed up, Browsio has teamed up with a service, a very unique service. I've been working with them for about a month and a half, 2 months now, every single day. And without fail, every day, every time that I've used them, I've been able to immediately get in touch with them, providing it's within the hours that they're there. We're dealing with non-automation. This is what we've set out to do with Browsio, is to get the highest quality experience doing SEO and social media marketing with as little manual intervention as needed. So we're using the manual intervention when needed because that's just the way SEO and social media marketing is. You can't just go ahead and just drop links anymore on a Twitter profile and drop links on a Facebook profile and expect that to get you ranking. You need to really be active. You need to be hanging out in these profiles, in these different groups, and doing what I was saying before, dropping these links, writing articles geared up to the topics, the subjects that are being spoken about in these forums, in these Facebook groups. And that in itself is just going to help you drive more targeted traffic to your site from these social networks, which Google needs to see and is proving to be very, very, very important right now as a ranking factor. They want to see traffic coming to you from other places other than Google. And there's no better way to do this than actually using these social media sites for what they're meant for. They're meant for you to go, interact, talk to people within your niche, tell them about your website, and have them come back to your site. So it's not about just dropping a quick link on Twitter and Facebook. It's about getting involved and interacting, right? So you can't do that if you have, I guess, if you're dealing with accounts that are constantly getting deleted and what have you, and getting phone verified accounts that last for longer than a couple of weeks is an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to be sharing with you very soon a solution that we have. I'm going to give you a link and it'll just send you directly through to a page that was put up specifically for us. Friends of Browsio, you guys can go and order directly from them. And then we have an integration in Browsio that I'm going to show you how that's going to work, where you don't even need to leave Browsio. We've got a chat integrated directly within Browsio. Okay, so I'm going to open up Browsio and I'm going to show you how we do the search operators and looking for how we actually use Browsio to get these actual posts, and how right to show you. We open Browsio up. Hold on a second. I hear people are not hearing. Hang on a second. What was this? Oh, the beep. Right. Yes. I don't know what that's what kept throwing me off. I'm not sure what that is. Right. I have no idea what that is, but it seems to be gone now. Is everyone here still hearing that? No. Excellent. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. So we're going to jump into the prospector. Very funny, Paul. Very funny, Paul. And CJ Boston. You're not going to get me. Okay. So the prospector, you've probably seen already in videos. I'm going to walk you very quickly through what this is. This is basically the comment. You have comments that with predefined footprints that we've got in here. So if you want to type in things like diet, this is going to go and give you a predefined footprint. and search, and it'll search for comment, love, footprints, and all these here. You'll be able to go right click, browser, and then, comment. That's not what we're looking for here. I'm going to go to the custom browser, and we're going to do the same exact, let me just grab that, site operator that we did before. Here it is, where is it? Actually, we'll go Facebook. All right, for some reason the copy paste isn't working there from my other screen. So site facebook.com, and then testosterone booster. Okay, and then you go ahead and hit search underneath, and then we have here the send to browser. Send to browser, you just right click, send to browser. And the beauty of this is because you're already logged into all of your Facebook profiles and Google Plus and Twitter, what you need to do is you just open up another project if you want to mix it up. And you just take the same exact footprint that you've done there, bring it over to this one, into the prospector, to the custom part of the prospector, and search. And it'll bring up other places here to get involved in conversations and drop things. So I'm not sure if this one has been used already or not, but it's actually a pay. Perfect. This is going to be a post where you should be able to. There are any. This is interesting. This is a paid testosterone booster direct. They don't post on it. They make you like it. We like it. Interact a little bit. What was that? Someone? Yes, we'll send you the link. It'll be up for 24 hours, no problem. So you get the picture here, I think, with the different profiles. I have like 30 or 40 different profiles in here, and you can just build them at will, and you come back to them, you see proxies, the cache, everything within its folder. You never get logged out. Well, very rarely do you get logged out, let alone get an account deleted. Okay, so send to browser, and there you go. And now we get an unlimited amount of backlinks using Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, right? Okay. Testosterone booster. And look at that. Here's funny. Here's another profile that I used a couple of days ago, same day, August 26th. Rage DNA. Okay, I was being a bit funny there, but if you can see, the person actually commented. Someone else actually came up and commented. Oh no, that was before. This has been up quite some time. Anyway, so that's how we got a limited amount of backlinks. If you're using Browsio to do this, you've got 20, 30 different profiles set up. You just have instant access to all of these profiles that you have, and you can just go. Literally, you don't have to think about logging in, worrying about which Google Plus I'm using. You know that you're logged in. All of the headache is gone. All you need to do is go and do SEO, do social media marketing, just build links, get involved in conversations, and stop thinking about all of the little things that are literally, not moving you forward, like passwords and deleted accounts and phone numbers and phone verifications. So there's another account here that I just opened up, and I noticed I had a little bit of a problem. And I think it's probably a perfect opportunity to show how this phone verification system works. So this is a Google account that I put up, I think a week ago or so. I don't know if I had a number. I think there was for some reason or another, it's given me, so it wants me to re-enter my password. So what we do here is we do CP, copy paste on top. That's stands for. Here's the telephone number. And then here's the password. And you just basically, you don't even need to copy it from that. You just click on it and then sign in. And now it's asking me for a verification. Normally, this is a pain and a nightmare, but let me just show you. What we do here is we go here. click on phone verification, this will open up a live chat directly through. Here we go. He's online. Straight to my man there, Jake. We're live and ready to go. Hi, Jake. I need a re-verification. Now let me just get that number that we need to re-verify. This was the number to re-verify. Okay. Okay, Jake has joined the conversation. Hi, here is the number I need re-verified. And it doesn't get any more convenient than that, I don't think. I don't think it ever has. No, I don't think he's from State Farm. That's some funny people on this webinar. Okay, no problem. So give me a second. He's going to go out in the system that he's using and go ahead and find the number that he used and get it ready, and then I can put it in and we'll do the re-verification. He will send me back that telephone number. I'm just going to paste it in there and get it ready for when he does. All right, give me a sec. We just re-verify.
Let me jump in here for just a second.
Sure.
When I go to do this, I have somebody sitting in the Philippines with a number that I've bought, right? Or somebody here in Thailand with the number that I bought. They've got to take a SIM card out of a phone, put another SIM card in the phone after having found the right SIM card, and it not be over 30 days. Because if it's over 30 days, the SIM card would have been shut off if I hadn't put any more money on it. What is amazing about the way this service works is it's good for 5 months, and somebody else is back there doing whatever it is they're doing with SIM cards or whatever it is. I don't care. All I need is the code back.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. And yeah, so it's a fairly newish service. He's not been around for that long, but I've been working with him literally every day, and he is. Oh, it's a Gmail. Hold on. Whoops, what have I done there? Someone asked if it's man 24 hours a day. No, it's not man 24 hours a day. It's man 12 hours a day from 4. So I think those are pretty. Resend the code. I didn't send it. Hold on a second. Sending now. I didn't actually send it. Probably there. So there you go. And this used to be such a nightmare for me. What time zone? I think it's USA time zone. Let me just ask. I'll have it. It's all on the page. All of the information is on the page. I'm going to share the page. I'm going to share a link. After in a couple, just in a little while, I'm going to share a link, and it'll take you straight to Jake's page there, and you can just buy directly from him. And then when you if you use it through Browsio, he will know that you're one of the Browsio customers, and it will just make things a little bit smoother and easier.
This is also much less expensive. In Thailand, I pay about $2 for a phone number. In the Philippines, I pay about $1.25. Right? Through this, it's 45 numbers is $30, which is just unreal.
Yeah. So it's taking a little bit longer than usual, I have to say. It's normally much quicker. But then sometimes, you do get. I have had once. Oh my God, my laptop battery's about to go. The plug. Hang on a minute, guys.
Murphy's Law.
There you go. No, we're good. Okay. So we'll come back to that in a minute. But the code, I could do it. Maybe verify it again. Let me just see. It happens, I think, once in a. Once in a blue moon, we get that it doesn't actually come through. I think out of every single, and it was only on Facebook. So there you go, it's come through. One Facebook account out of the 30 or 40 here for some reason wouldn't verify. We had to later and re-verify it. So sometimes it doesn't happen. very rarely, only once, I have to say, only once did I ever have an issue. And you can see the new account. This is probably a bit of re-verifying there. I haven't even logged in. I haven't even confirmed my Twitter account. So look at that. Don't do this, guys. Look, I haven't even. This is. I need to. You need to. You know, when you're just opening up all these accounts, sometimes you get a bit carried away. So I didn't actually. So I sent a few emails to my new Gmail account, and I never actually came in. Look, you can see I didn't actually come in and verify. So I might as well just quickly do that now. So there we go. We're verified on Twitter and re-verified on Gmail and Facebook. It'll be okay with all of these. I just need to log in. I'm not going to waste your guys' time doing any of this now, but they all work seamlessly. Every single one works the same. Issue with any of the phone verifications. Like I said, once in the last 2 months did I have a problem with Facebook that it was delayed by, I think, 6 hours, and we had to come back to it. And I have to say that this was actually one of the slowest I've seen Jake perform. It's normally much faster, and I don't think it was anything to do with him. Sometimes it just takes longer for the verifications to come through. It's just the way it works. Sometimes the mobile network just takes a little bit longer. Okay, so that's the phone verification done. I think it's probably, you know what, we should let me just show you. I've gone ahead. There's two more things I want to show you. The integration here with Buddy Enterprise. So I think that's it probably with the backlink method. I mean, you guys get the picture. They'll probably, I don't know if there'll be a replay, but it's pretty straightforward. You guys got that one, I hope.
Before you get to Buddy Enterprise, show them what you showed me regarding the transparency of your real IP address to Google.
Right. Yeah. Let me show you this. Okay, so if let me just go into here. I'm going to close down my Facebook because that's going to be on. Just log out. Actually, log out.
This tells me exactly how I see some of that stuff with Microsoft when I'm creating Outlook accounts, and they have an old name in there, and I'm like, how do they know this? I've gone through and I've cleaned everything.
This is how. You're right. This is how. So let's put a proxy on. Okay. You might have a proxy switcher. I use my browsers for my real life now that I have Browsio. I don't use proxy switchers anymore. I only use proxies in Browsio, but I'm going to just show you, just for the sake of it here, manual proxy configuration, right? So here's the proxy, and now the proxy. So what's my IP? And that's the proxy that I just activated, right? What's my IP? And it shows the IP, and everywhere you go and you look, what is your IP? However, something that was spoken about a year ago, and I remember a lot of fear-mongering coming out about this. A couple of SEO, big SEO names were talking about it, and they happen to have a military developer as well there, who was talking about the latest WebRTC protocols that Google have just added into their browser. So before I even get into this, if you're doing any kind of account creation with Chrome, forget it. If you haven't seen the kind of results with the profiles you've been creating with Chrome, this is why. Because Google knows that every profile you've ever created has been from the same IP address. And they know that, Google. And this is how. Because WebRTC is what we're using right now to do this webinar. It's the web in real time, web real-time communications. You can Google it, look at it. It'll come. The first thing will come up will be a Wikipedia page, which will talk about WebRTC protocols and communication. And it's basically the ability to let your speaker and your webcam and all of these, microphones to speak through the web, so that we can have this. Conversation. If I had WebRTC disabled on my Firefox browser here and on my Chrome browser, we wouldn't be able to have this conversation. You wouldn't be able to hear me, I wouldn't hear you, and it wouldn't work, right? So here's the proxy that I've added, that I've put in, and it shows I'm wherever I'm, somewhere in the States. However, there's a site, and there are a whole bunch of different types of sites, but this is a good one. Whoer.net. And WebRTC. I turned it off on here. I thought I turned it back on. I was playing with it this morning. Okay. So about config. I love this. This might void your warranty. And we do media dot peer connection. Right, yeah, because I turned that off this morning. See, I have it false. It is true. See, it's true by default, and it's true by default on Chrome, and you cannot change the config on Chrome anymore, right? So here is my IP address that I showed you. What's my IP address, right? Here's what's my IP. And here, through WebRTC, it's showing my real location and my real IP address. See, this is what it's showing. So if you just do a search and say, what's my IP address? If you think IP address is nice and clean, then it's not. It's just not. This is what's happening. This is the reason why Microsoft, because Microsoft, they have like every client possible you could imagine under the sun, a chat client, a voice over IP client, a video client. So they've got WebRTC all over the place. So does Gmail. And that's why these guys, it's like, how do they know? This is how they know, right? So if you're doing this in Chrome, forget it. You never, ever, ever want to do this in Chrome again. Although the Chrome browser in Browsio, the Chrome, we are using a Chromium build because it's the fastest. I just have to say it is. Browsio works faster with a proxy than it works without a proxy, without all of the junk that they put in there. But this is because this is a custom Chromium build, we've actually been able to disable WebRTC. So let me just show you here in Chrome, Whoer.net. We've done 15 updates today, so it'd be funny if one of the things is we forgot to fix that setting again. But here, no, there you go. So here is the IP address. This is my IP address. Demo. On top, you see here, 107.182. This is the IP address, and RTC, no. The only thing you can do if you want to get really pedantic is come down here, find out where they're based. Indianapolis, what is that, Central Time? So you come down here, and wherever you are, you just fix your clock and just change the date and setting. And if you want to really be, but I mean, you don't have to do. I think that's just not necessary. I mean, it makes sense. People have got different time zones. Their laptops times aren't always set the right time. So I mean, if you want to get really, really crazy and pedantic and anal about it, then you can go ahead and change the time zone so that you get a match there. But you have no problem with IP leakage with this culprit here. And this is the reason why Google and Microsoft always know what you're doing, because this is here in the background, just telling them everything the whole time. So while your IP address might be masked, it's not really masked on this level, on a WebRTC level, which is, you know, as long and just to let you know, it's not a complicated thing. All a website needs is to put one snippet, one line of code, and they can look through your WebRTC, look through your IP address, and see exactly what WebRTC IP you have, what the original. So it's just a line of code any website has to put on. But if you use Firefox, make sure you disable it. If you use Chrome, stop using Chrome now. And if you use browser, you have nothing to worry about. So it's very, very important. I can't stress how important that is. There was like maybe a meter or something I could have here to just turn up and make the screen red, just to stress it's important, okay? So someone wants to see the settings on Firefox again. Okay, there'll probably, hopefully be a replay, but I'm going to show you again just in case there isn't, because it is very important, okay? So it's very simple. You want to just go to you want to go to a new tab, start from the beginning. just do about, colon, 2 dots, colon, config, and just hit enter. And this is just, you know, Fox having a sense of humor. This might void your warranty. Obviously, we didn't buy it. It's free. And then you want to just search through, instead of searching through, just type in media up here in the top search here, media dot. And then it's peer connection, so you can just type that in as well. So, and this is the one that you want. You want the media dot peer connection enabled. And you want to make sure that it says false. So as you can see here, it's showing through right now. We'll refresh that one more time. And you can see how slow these certain browsers are with IPs. It's painful sometimes. And then we're going to come back into the config. And all you need to do is hit enter. And you see that's now changed it to false. And refresh. And again, you can see this one's in Seattle. So if you want to be really pedantic about it, we can just come down here, go to date and time, and that would be the West Coast, or East Coast way, isn't it? No, West Coast, Pacific time. That's what it would be, wouldn't it? Pacific time. And there you go. Now you have a match. Okay, so if you want to get really carried away and make sure you're not leaving anything to chance, you can always do that. But I wouldn't do that. It's just probably going to drive you nuts. I'm just showing you just so that you can understand what that match and mismatch was all about. Okay, so that's what you need to do. So I hope you guys got that, and I think I've got a short video that I've made that I'm going to share exactly about this afterwards, so that if you guys still didn't get it, video. So I've got a short video just showing exactly how to do that I'm going to share after the webinar. So I shall, if you guys want me to, if you need it. So what else was there? I was going to go through and show the integration now. Was there anything else I'm missing, Jeff?
No. Somebody's asking a question. Do each of the profile/accounts in Browsio have multiple 2.0 accounts, or is it one Web 2.0 account per Browsio account?
Well, we've got it set up multiple. So what I like to do is I like to go and create a Yahoo account, as you can see here, an Outlook account, a Yahoo account, and then I open up with the MSN and I use that as SendWire Buddy. I'm not sure if you use Yahoo with SendWire Buddy, and I think Outlook is Outlook the best one to use with SendWire Buddy and Enterprise and Buddy Enterprise?
Well, if you're using Buddy Enterprise, we use Outlook as our primary email, but if you tell it to create a Flickr account, by default, it goes in and creates a Yahoo account because you need Yahoo for Flickr.
Right. Got it. Okay. So what I've been doing, I've been using the MSN, the Outlook for Buddy Enterprise, but then again, you've got the Yahoo there, so you can use it for whatever you want. Buddy Enterprise, any of them, you know. So what happens is if you've got more than one, you see if you've got more than one profile, when you click on the form filler, you get a pop-up and the different profiles, and you click that, and then it enters the password, and then you just sign in. And I'm gonna show you in a second. You'll see how it's gonna work. So you can actually, if you're importing Buddy Enterprise or anything from Buddy Enterprise, it's going to import in its own unique folder over here, and that will allow you to do a one-click to the site, and then it automatically, with the format that Buddy Enterprise exports, we import with the exact format. And what that does is it links the profile directly to this profile form filler. So it knows which username and password it's coming from, so it'll click that profile. And it's totally okay to have 2 or 3 Tumblr accounts and 2 or 3 Twitter accounts. And you know, just as long as, I mean, you can't log into them all from the same profile, from the same in the same account because it just doesn't allow it. You're on the same proxies. But it does allow you, but you won't have a problem. You won't get banned if you're logging in over the course of a day or a few hours to 3 different accounts. I've logged in and out of 3 or 4 Tumblr accounts in a row on the same IP and never had an issue. I found 2 to 3 to be the sweet spot. Never, ever, ever will you have an issue if your proxy's clean, obviously, and you're not getting, you're not. I don't know what you could really do to get locked out. If you log in and log out of 100 different accounts on the same IP, they're going to ban them, right? So a handful is okay. It's normal, and Twitter knows and wants you to open up more than one account if you're totally targeting more than one niche. They're not like Facebook. They know that you can have more than one account with Twitter. Facebook is the only one that you can't have more than one account with a phone number. Twitter also. I know I'm going on a little bit, but I just want to cover everything. You can only have, you need one profile per Twitter account. So you can have the same of the majority Web 2.0s, but you can't have more than one Twitter, more than one Gmail, and more than one Facebook account in a project, because then it's just going to start to get complicated and it's going to defeat the purpose. You want to totally split them up and make sure that the main Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest accounts are only one per account. Twitter, you can have a couple if you want, but the main ones like Facebook and Google, only one per project. I wouldn't start getting, creating more than that. Okay. So let me show you how we import from a Buddy Enterprise, or we have it set up right now for 2, FCS Networker and Buddy Enterprise. Browsio project is interesting. I'll show you quickly because it's there. And what that does is that allows you to import bookmarks that you might have from another project, right? So what I've got here is I've got a social site import that I have predefined, and I've just created this profile just to have social sites, and you click OK, and that's how I get these folders in here without having to go and create them with each profile, because that just gets a bit bit too much. Right, so you could just click Gravatar, that's not in there. Video sites I don't have in there. Actually, I don't have any SendWire accounts in there yet. So these were created for SendWire. So I can open up all of these, and then I click OK, and they will come in over there, as you can see. Okay, so these are all the accounts predefined. This was actually before I had the option to have SendWire, to have Buddy Enterprise in here. So okay, I'm not going to go through them all, but you can delete them. Let me show you how we. Actually, I don't want there to be any duplication issues. So let me just quickly delete these. Okay, and we're going to import some Buddy Enterprise profiles that I had created earlier. Okay, and account, and then you name it here, because you could be importing Hydravid, you could be importing SendWire, you could be importing if this then that. So this happens to be SendWire. So I would write Buddy BE SendWire accounts, and then I click save, and it brings it in here with the Buddy Enterprise logo, and then here are the accounts that it created. So whatever accounts it created in the output folder, it brings them back in, and then all you need to do to log in is click on that. So we'll click on Digo or Digo or however you pronounce it, and that takes you to it, and then it will automatically log the. Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm logged in already. Okay, let me log out and sign in, and then you won't get the pop-up because it knows that you've come to it from here, from the bookmark, right? So you click sign in, and immediately it knows. So if you've got multiple, back to someone was asking if you have multiple of the same, you can, and it won't get mixed up as long as you use the import feature. If you use the import feature, you're going to be safe, and otherwise you'll have to start creating extra profiles and so on and so forth. But you're better off using just the import feature. and then it will know automatically. And it's going to be the same thing with all of these. They're probably all logged in because this was created with the same IP. It was created not with the same cache, but with the same IP. So I don't know. So let's see. Yeah, they're logged in. And it's just basically the same thing. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to log out of this Tumblr. Yeah. Oops. Let me just log out. I'll log out of the Tumblr. Okay. Yeah. Out. And then to log back in, login page, and then as soon as that comes up, they've got these big images always. I hate the lowest site for loading because they put these big fat images. Like they don't have 120 million blogs, right? And millions of users coming to their page every. So here, so this is what you would do. You just click the button up here, fill form, and it knows. You see, it knows immediately that you're on this profile Tumblr because the way you got to it was through clicking on the bookmark. So whichever one you're going to click on, it's going to know that you came from this bookmark. So it's going to allocate the Buddy Enterprise SynWire username and password. Now, some of these sites you could come across and have a small issue where it doesn't, like LiveJournal. This is a great example. Let's go to LiveJournal for a second. And this is where the C/P on top comes in, which stands for copy and paste. Very simple, very straightforward. Look, they're all logged in, you see? This is the beauty of Browsio. It's normally a pain in. Now it's a pain because they're all logged in already. I just got to log out of them. Okay. All Buddy Enterprise. What was that question? 1 second. I'll get to that in a second. Let me just make sure we're okay. While that's logging out, are all Buddy Enterprise SynWire accounts recognized by the same IP? Yes. They get created by the same IP, and then they get imported by the same IP. So when you're creating your accounts, you create them on the same IP as this. This is the demo here.
I think what he's asking is, does Browsio keep track of what IP was used and come back in on the same IP? And the answer is yes.
Yes, it does. It keeps track of it all. So you never have to worry about that. You just fill it out once. And then the other way as well, because I know Buddy Enterprise has got the automatic account creator. I mean, the automatic form filler, correct? So that you don't have to worry about filling out all of that information and so on and so forth, all of the username and passwords. If you've got like a tier 1 account or a client account and it needs to be certain information, so what you can do is you just open a new project, out the information that you want, the IP, username, proxy, so on and so forth, fill it out, then you save it. I'm not going to do that now. I'll use this as an example. And then you come back here and CP on top, right? And you log into your server. Log into a server. I'm just going to log into the server quickly here and just to show you the full effect. This CP on top comes with you onto the server because we've got it to stay on top at night. Here's the server. So as you can see, the CP on top staying with me on the server. Here I am on the server. It's going to be slow now, so apologies. Let me know if you can't hear me because I'm on the server and it's going to suck the bandwidth. And what you can do is you come across here, and since it's up here, you just click it. You don't even need to click it right here. You don't do that. All you do is click, and then you come in here and paste. And you just click and come in here and paste. And that's all you do. And this is a Gmail account. Obviously, you'd want an account. And you just paste and so on and so forth. And you have all of the name, the username, the password, all of that. You just keep it all the same. So you might have some real profiles you want to have. And this is the way to do it. You just set them up first with all of the information that you want using Browsio. And then you just head over to Buddy Enterprise, hit CP on top. This comes with you. And then you just paste it in. And everything you're pasting in is going to be logged, not only in Browsio, but also in in here, when you save profile and you export the information, you'll have 3 backups basically. So you'll have it synced across 3 different 3 different locations. You'll never lose a password or username again. Wow, I think my throat's about to go. I've been talking for
And
an
that
hour straight,
basically,
haven't I?
what you've just shown us would be probably most applicable to, let's say that you were doing local marketing and you were building a tier 1 branded network
Yeah,
for that particular client, where everything was predefined as opposed to being able to hit random details and have whatever go into the spaces.
that's exactly right. Yes, it's exactly how you would want to use that. If you need specific information, then it's just easier to just go ahead and create that in Browsio. Or, if you don't have Browsio, whatever, TextPad, go to Fake Narrator TextPad, but then you have to keep log of all the TextPads, and we know what a pain that is. So, yeah, you just create it in Browsio, and then you do the CP on top. Right, so this is what I wanted to show you here. Back to this. Am I still logged in? For some reason, it's not logging me out. I want to log me out of this account. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we sometimes come across a site that won't accept that's just not allowing the form. It's just not signing you up. It's giving you an error, and pretty much 100% of the time, what it is just the form filler messing up. And not basically, there are some sites like LiveJournal and Facebook and a couple of and Google Plus as well that you can't actually use the form filler because they just find that they know the automation, the way it's getting injected, it just doesn't work 100% on all of the sites. So what we have here is that if you wanted to do it on LiveJournal and you tried filling out the form, you get this pop up. It says register with CP. And what CP is copy and paste. So that means you just come here, because if you're using SendWire, you just come in here to the LiveJournal, right click, hit CP on top, right? And then we have the same here. You just go and take your username, click it once, paste it, click it, paste it, and log in, and that's it. Okay, this is how I use it to create all of my accounts, all of my accounts that I'm using with SendBuddy, Buddy Enterprise, and FCS Networker. I mean, as you can see, it's one of the options there as well. If you have FCS Networker, we're also going to have the option to import RankWiz as well. So if you guys are RankWiz users as well, you're going to have the option here as well to include RankWiz as an import option. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's so much more that I can go on and on, but we've been already an hour, and I just covered the main points that I wanted to, because I mean, I've already done like a half-hour video talking about the other elements, and there's obviously training that I put up in the members area for each one of these elements, each one of these modules, and I've kept the trainings nice and short, so that you can just focus on what it is. So the RSS, Prospector, focus on little, just short 5 to 6 minute videos, exactly how to use them. The PBN
let me ask you a question.
Yeah, sorry.
Somebody's asked about private proxies, and we all already know that we want to have our proxies going in and in particular in how we do things with IFTTT and SendWire. I don't worry about getting into those posts later on, but he's shown you some good reasons why you might want to, right? So here's the thing. What happens, let's say every 3 months or so, I decide I want to get a new set of proxies, right? Mm-hmm. 2 questions come to mind. The first one is, do I just go in and edit that proxy if I'm now going to use a different proxy for that account? What happens if the proxy that I set it up with isn't there? Is that the solution? I change that proxy?
Yeah, you just need to change the proxies. I mean, you'll not have an issue, because and we have it, and you can mass change them as well. So there's the proxy settings over here, and I'm not going to click on it, but because it's going to show all the proxies and usernames. But it's basically all of the proxies it'll just come up here, and you can just literally paste them all in one at a time. So if you've got 100 projects, you can just get your proxies, paste them all in, and they're ready. And I was talking about this the other day with you, about how the proxies aren't so important using Browsio, because Browsio has got built into each project its own cache and its own cookies. And we have the option here to have the cookie cleaner. So if your cookies are getting a little bit too carried away, your cache gets bigger, you can come and search for, let's say, image files, and you put the image files and just delete them from the cookies. But the main issue is the cache, and with the cache here where you can delete the cache. But we're currently working on a smart caching option, which is going to be implemented over the next month or so, much less than a month. And what that's going to allow you to do is that's going to allow you to take all of the sites that you regularly log into. So it'll take all of the sites that are in your bookmarks and allocate them to smart cache. And that means when you delete the cache and cookies, it will never delete those cookies and cache that are a month old from Facebook, Twitter, and any of the sites that are in your proxy. So when you're using these sites to browse and log into different places, the cache builds up. When I back up my file on Browsio, this is nearly a 5 gig backup, right? I don't want to scare. I've been working with this for a year. So over a year, it's accumulated 5 gigabyte of backup, right? So that's not so bad, because I'm sure a lot of you have hit CC Cleaner after about a month and realize, oh my God, there's like 3 gigabyte in there, right? So we've already got to give the ability to whittle down the cookies to make it a little bit lighter. But over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be implementing a smart caching option, which will just take all of these bookmarks on the side, everything that you have in here, Gmail, Yahoo, whatever's your PBNs, Facebook, Twitter, whatever is in Buddy Enterprise, and it will save the cookies and the cache for all of these sites so that you don't have to log back into them. And that's the whole point. We want to keep the cache always constantly there. So when Google and these sites see the cache, it sees that it's got a bit of cache from the last time. It knows, oh, hold on a second, this is a real, it's a real person. They've kept the cache. They haven't deleted it. There's cookies around. When you've just gone through a new profile and you try logging in to Gmail, it says, please enable cookies, because you've just deleted all the cookies. So you never get that over here, because each project has got its own unique cache and cookies.
Can I approach it in just a little bit different way, right? Because when we've been doing things, yeah, just go ahead and take a drink of water. When we've been doing things, we've been going in and we've been cleaning the cookies. As a matter of fact, when you first start the program, it tells you right away, hey, if you haven't run CC Cleaner yet, run it, right?
Yeah.
And so we do that so that all they're seeing is our IP address, because we know that if we have cookies from other account creations in there, it's going to try to log into those, or it's going to see that we have other accounts, and that's always going to create problems for us. What Browsio does is it isolates this, okay? It isolates the account into a particular place. So normally when they come in, they would expect to see all of these cookies. They would expect to see all the cookies and stuff related to this group of accounts or their cookies on the account, and they say, okay, we recognize this. Now, we've been going about it from the other side saying, okay, as long as we come in with this proxy and everything is clean, they're not going to know that we aren't who we say we are, okay? Browsio solves this issue by putting us in a position where we don't have to delete all of those cookies, all right? We actually preserve all those cookies. And imagine, like right then when he was showing on LiveJournal where it didn't log out, imagine if you didn't have to log out. Imagine the time saver if you want to go in and make that quick post, for the purpose of ranking or jumping on a moving trend. Okay, it's already there. So if you have the ability to do the IP for as long as the IP lasts, but if you had to change that IP for some reason, you've got a significant amount of protection there in the DNA of the cookies that are in that profile.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's basically what happens is after the end of the month or so, when you need to change your proxies and you just change them, all the sites see is that you've probably gone on holiday to another state, you're whatever. I mean, it's totally normal to take your laptop to, with you on holiday and log in from another location. And all they're seeing is exactly that. I mean, you've never taken your laptop from one place to another and logged in from another location and got all these verifications. No, because your real profile has got cache and cookies and everything identifying your computer with your profile. And that's exactly what we've done. We've created all of these environments so that each environment is like a totally separate computer. And we've totally isolated it with that WebRTC issue as well, which is hanging over everyone's head, having to enable and disable that as well constantly. Otherwise, you don't get a full effect of the web, because you need to have that ability to just connect with these different things online, So that's how we've taken care of all of that. So we're basically Browsio, instead of working against, is working with all of the elements of social media and SEO. So, like you said, Jeff, there's the other way around where we're cleaning and deleting and making sure everything is clean so that there's no traces to connect it to. And then there's the other way around where you want them to see how real you are so that they can never say, oh, hang on a second. Oh, you're fake. Whereas there's never a doubt in their mind that you are who you are using this system in this way. So that's also the value and the importance of having it in that way. Just all set up that way, unique to each project. What Google?
Okay,
what browsers does
so
Google
people are asking.
Yeah.
People are asking questions about changing the IP. When you go into these different profiles, Browsio is keeping track of your IP anyway. Now, well, what he's saying is exactly correct about what it is they're expecting to see, and it really is the difference between traveling with your notebook or going into an internet cafe, right? If you go in with your notebook, it's got all of your history there. All right, and they say, okay, we recognize this. This person looks familiar to us. You go in an internet cafe, you're in a different geography and whatnot. Facebook is going to come back and ask some sort of verification. Usually something minor, ask you some stupid question about what was the name of your first pet, right? No matter what we do and how well everything works, I want to make this point. There is going to come a time when something doesn't work exactly the way that you expect it to, okay? And when that happens, don't stress over it. Don't sweat over it. Just move on, all right? I see some questions, where people are looking to see if every possible I is dotted and every possible T is crossed, and the reality is, you've done a tremendous job on that. But the reality is that we don't control Google and we don't control Facebook, and they make up the rules as they want when they want, right? But this is the only tool that I've seen that comes close to handling this. Now, I used to do something very similar to this. Here's what it was. I used to go onto my computer and open up a whole new user for each profile I wanted to create.
Yeah.
And I was effectively doing what you were doing without all of the convenience of, number one, not having to log out of one user and into another user, okay? And all the stuff wasn't saved.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and how many user accounts are you going to create on your computer?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the reason I'm doing this is because when I actually got that demonstration from you, and I got it, and I says, wow, this is key. This is what's going to make hanging on to accounts and aging those accounts much simpler. And then you combine the information with the phone service, and you put the piece right there where you can just get your re-verification done if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's sharp. That's sharp. I am impressed.
Let me show you.
No, I'm not going to use
this account here. This is an interesting one I want to show you. I opened this account not too long ago, and this is where I started to really see, and you can see logged in again. I'm just going to go to Facebook. this is when I started to realize how important it is to use these sites for what they are, and not just to come in and just drop links. I haven't logged into this account for a week or two, and it just logs straight in, as you can see. So this profile is followed by 24 people. Followed by 24 people. Check out your profile. Not a lot. I've got 2 incoming friend requests. Confirm. You can't do this if you're signing and logging and dropping links on your profile. You don't get interaction. It doesn't happen. Look at all of this. This is what happens when you just go and spend a little bit of time and join a couple of forums, a couple of groups, posts, a few things here and there, spend about 30 seconds just doing that. It's like things like this. I'm getting spammed over here. Remove. I'm not going to do that now. But doing things like that, removing posts and stuff, they like that because it shows that you're real. And then look at this, 612 friends. Okay, so when you have an account, it's getting one like. I mean, these are not like, it's not huge. 2 comments. These are real accounts for all intents and purposes, and I mean they're not obviously, but they are, right? So if you just cultivate these accounts and spend a little bit more time using them and don't just and just because you're not going to get that much benefit off of you're not going to get benefit just dropping a link. Helps, but you want to get into those comments like I showed you and go and find those deep links within Facebook that are so relevant to you that it's just going to already indexed and Google already is in love with that page. Just get involved in that part of Facebook where it's all happening and where Google is already showing its love. So I just wanted to show the profile because I don't really do much here. It's got 612 friends, and followed by 24 people. And I didn't manipulate any of that. All I did was follow a few people here and there, and that's it. And log in here and there, make a couple of, and that's it. And you get followers, you get real friends, and then you start interacting. And with 600 friends, you can use to seed viral content. No one's stopping you at 600. You can go and get 5,000 friends per account. Then you have a lot more chance to get your stuff out in front of more people. Right, so that's the idea of using these accounts in the right way for what they are, for driving traffic again, which I spoke about earlier, which is a big signal right now that Google needs to see. They want to see traffic coming from other sites, and there's no better place to get traffic sent to you from than places like Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and Reddit and all of these social sites. Just shows that. Where do you get your profile images? There's a couple of sites. I don't want to inundate it, but we've got all that information in the. There's one site that I specifically use. I just had hundreds of people just using this site, but I've got all that information in the members area there. Which sites to use? They are limited, right? So they don't have an unlimited amount of profiles, and I noticed that going through this. So that's all in. I'll share that link at the end of the webinar, I guess. I mean, we're all friends here, so I'll just send you that link no matter what. Don't worry about it. But I think that's what I wanted to show you with this profile, just how important it is to just not to just use these as places to drop links. Use these as real profiles, and you get much higher benefit, much greater benefit than just dropping a link, as I'm sure you can imagine. A link on your profile as opposed to a link on a fan page in a comment exactly about the product or the link that you're trying to rank for, right? So that link that I was just adding, it was at the bottom of page 1 when I started. I think it's moved up to like position 5 for Rage DNA, which is a great money buyer keyword. It's here. Here's that link. There you go. Number 4. So as you can see, this work. Rage DNA analysis. That's the link that I dropped. It's number 4. I thought it was below there the last check, and when I started, it was at the bottom of page 1. So a little bit, and all I've done was use those social backlinks. So you start sending PBNs to that, but that's also in the training, and I show you how to use that. just one last thing I'm going to show you, because I know this wasn't, I don't think this was in the video. Maybe it was, but PBN poster is something that we've added in recently, which allows you to, this is a WYSIWYG editor, and it allows you to remote post to your WordPress.com site, so your own self-hosted WordPress.com, and the Web 2.0 WordPress.com. And over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we are going to be adding into this poster the Web 2.0 PBN, which will allow you to post to 24 different Web 2.0s directly from Browsio. So while you have the option here in the browser, if you're on a page that you like and you've clicked on it, you've got the share buttons over here on the right, so you can share the site directly from here using these buttons here. That'll bring up the Facebook page, Facebook profile that you're logged to. And you say something about it. You don't have to say something about it, but you just share it, and that links to your home to your page. And the same thing with Google Plus, Pinterest, Reddit, Stumble, Tumblr, Twitter, and WordPress. We've all added this in for a real quick, easy sharing, and that works great. But you might want to post to more than one site. So that's where the PBN, and you also might want to post a video. You want to rank a video. You use this to directly post to your PBNs, your Web 2.0 PBNs. Very exactly like SendWire, basically, in the exact same way as SendWire, in fact. So there is no difference. The only difference is you don't have to log into a web interface to post to your SendWire account. And the difference would also be in here is that you will already be within your own unique proxy from each one. So it's very safe. So when you log into your PBN poster and you're going to be logging and posting to your Web 2.0 PBNs, it's always going to be posting it via the proxy that you're already logged into. So it just keeps it even safer and cleaner. That's all going to be updated and added in. We're just finalizing a few sites, and we're going to be bug testing that over the next few weeks. And then that's going to be going in as a huge, massive feature that is going to just literally allow you to mass post to 24 sites in one go. Right? So you don't, yeah.
You're being asked, will it support Spintex?
It will support Spintex, yes. But the way, we're going to be doing it a little bit different. We're going to be having a little bit more manual intervention over there with the Spintex. But yes, it will support Spintex. It'll also support Spintex if you want to just send it out without the manual intervention. So the WYSIWYG editor will just support it. But we also have another thing going in together with the Web 2.0 PBN, where you take your spun article and you stick that in on the top, kind of like here, like the feed right here. You put your article in here, you paste your article in here, and then you just hit unspin, and then it will unspin the article for you underneath. You'll get the real version underneath, and depending on the level of quality that you want, you can either copy and paste that straight in, or you can edit it and make it sound really nice and fix the headline and make it really readable. So depending on whether or not you're hitting a tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3, you can either paste the Spintex straight in or paste it into the unspinner we're going to have. And you just basically paste the spun article in here, hit unspin, and then you get the article and to paste it and read it to your liking. Does that sound good?
Do you have a plan to add scheduling, or do you have it already?
We don't have any scheduling right now, but we do have the ability for that, and it will all be done via the servers. So yes, we have spoken about that with the developers, and it's in play, but it's not something that's going to be coming out for a good couple of months. We've got so many other little things, and we're only going to be releasing this out first to a small group of users, just 100 users, and that's it. We're not going to be doing, we're not looking for hundreds and hundreds of users right now. We just want 100 users just to take it as is, roll with it, work with it. We've got already a beta group of 100 users who have not complained once and haven't had any issues from them, no crashing, no anything out of the ordinary. And we've got people with over 100 accounts. They're managing over 100 accounts with them, and they've just seamlessly upgraded to the latest one. So I'm pretty sure that we've got everything, but we're coming out with all of these great features over the next couple of weeks, and we just want to limit it and make sure that we've got everything contained and perfect. And we're also going to be giving you access to the outsourcer module, which includes, which has server limitations. So that's also why we're just limiting it to 100 people, just to make sure everyone gets the most out of it. And if we need to get another server, then we'll just get another server and we'll split it up, and then the next group will go on the next server. So we just want to see how active people are going to be with the outsourcer module, which I haven't shown at all. And I don't, should I show it a little bit? Should I show how the
Simon, let me jump in here. Let me jump in
Yeah.
here for just a minute,
I'm getting a bit
because
carried
you
away,
have
I
a
know.
wealth of SEO knowledge to share, and and it's Sunday afternoon, and we could probably do this for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
I want to say something to the people who are listening. When Simon says he's going to release this to 100 people, we've heard this a lot of times, right? I mean, Sendwire was sold on this basis of, we're only going to put out 200 licenses, and then tomorrow there's somebody else who's only going to put out 200 licenses of Sendwire. Simon has a real challenge, and here's what it is. Simon, I'm going to let a little bit of cat out of the bag here, okay? A little while ago, he was talking to you about the size of the cache and whatnot, and how they're trying to optimize for not having too much of it. There is a very real hard cost to all of this data storage, because when he talks about the outsourcer module, what he's saying is you can take all of these profiles, so to speak, and you can pass the entire footprint, or as much of the footprint as you want, to an outsourcer. And so the outsourcers can come in without seeing the passwords and whatnot, but they can do posting and whatever types of maintenance you want them to do, and the properties will see them the same way they see you, okay? They're going to see that same exact footprint. This is going to require a massive amount of storage, and it's going to require computing power. And Simon doesn't really know, as nobody does, how much all of that's going to take, okay? So when you come in the door now, you may in fact be coming in before he knows how much his hard costs are going to be, and you're going to be part of his gauge that tells him what he's going to have to charge in the future to make that work. Mm-hmm. And this is why he can't just open this up to the world. So this is not, you know how I feel about fake scarcity. This is not fake scarcity. He has very legitimate reasons that we've been discussing for a couple of weeks as to why he's taking this approach. If I haven't explained the outsourcer module well enough or complete enough, go ahead. But as far as the bulk of your SEO knowledge, I think what you probably would be good to do is to set up an additional training for those people who do come into your product, right? Who are showing up specifically for that, because I know we got people chomping at the bit, waiting to find out what the offer is going to be.
Yeah. So, okay, so we've got training, and I am definitely going to have a lot of sort of ninja training, so to speak, using Browsio and more ways to get backlinks and how to use the system. So that's going to be in there. There's already about 7 or 8 different training videos up right now, and I'm only getting started with them. You can see I've spoken for nearly an hour and a half. My throat's gone hoarse, and I've got a lot of training, a lot of knowledge to share within that group as well. So what it is, the way that it's going to work, we have the price, the price structure that we've worked for you guys is only for you guys until we hit the 100 mark. And that's it. And then it's going to stop because we're giving you unlimited access to the outsourcer module. The pricing structure, when this comes out on a big launch, it will be a $497 product, $497 product. When it comes out, once we know exactly how we can handle, how many we can handle with which server, and we're not going to have any issues, and we know exactly how much we can handle, that's what the price will be. And we will also have more options in by then to be able to justify that. So We've got our own custom PBN solution that we're building out that isn't WordPress based, which will be available in the next month or so. And again, like I told you about the Web 2.0 poster, which is a really, really convenient way. As you all know, you all have SendWire. It's basically, SendWire within this system. So you have the automation of SendWire to still use for tier 2, tier 3, tier 1s, if you like. And then you have the manual sort of automation of Browsio, keeping your tier 1s and tier 2s clear. So $497 is what the product will be. When we launch, it will not be at $497. It will be a $297 launch. But then we're going to have 3 different structured monthly fees, starting at $19, going up to $97. So I think we have it now structured at $19, $37, $67, and $97, depending on how many outsourcers they're going to be working with. And we may change that altogether after this first group. It could go, those prices could go up, they could go down, but I doubt they're going to go down. They're probably going to go up, but we'll have a much better idea after this first group of 100 users that we're going to be using. So for the first 100 users, the offer that we've got in place is no monthlies. You're coming in on the ground floor, and we appreciate that. I appreciate that. And we're going to take $100 off of the already lower launch price of $297 and bring that down to $197 for the next 100 or 24 hours, whatever happens first. And we will give you unlimited access to the outsourcer module and all future updates, and you won't have any other costs ever. So for the first 100 users, you come in now on the ground floor. This is what the cost is going to be to get in. It's $197, and you get access to all future updates. That's it. People are asking for the purchase link. I have a link that this was all very last minute. It's actually on the main sales page, which is still being finalized and tweaked. We're not 100% there. So I've got 2 prices there. There's the original price of $297, and then there's the bold one. Here, I'll get the link here. They're asking for the link. Hang on a second. It's Browsio here. Okay, this you're going to want Browsio.pva. That's for the phone verifications. That's going to take you straight to a page put up, and you can order phone numbers. And then Browsio here, browse.io / buy-Browsio. It's a long sales letter. You can just scroll all the way down to the bottom and make sure to click on the one that says 197, not the one that says 297. I needed them both there for the approval of JVZoo or whatever. So please don't press the 297. I couldn't take it out. Just press the 197, and that will bring you through to purchase, and that'll take you straight through to the members area. And you'll probably have to fill in your username and password, but it'll take you straight through to there, and you'll have direct access to it. Okay? So I think that's it.
Simon, let me say first off, folks, I did not know what the offer was going to be.
Yeah.
And this was actually, I appreciate it, Simon. This was better than I thought the offer was going to be. The unlimited outsourcer piece without a monthly is just amazing. And then knocking the other $100 off, I greatly appreciate it. When I go to one of these webinars, I don't want to sound arrogant when I say this, but I feel lucky if I walk away with one golden nugget. All right. I'm usually hearing a lot of rehash stuff, and a lot of the rehash stuff I hear, I pretty much know to be false. And sitting here, I probably picked up about 5 golden nuggets. So I greatly appreciate the information, Simon, and I greatly appreciate you taking care of the people on my customer list.
My pleasure. I just see how it's going to work together so well, and it just doesn't. This is a great way to get started. I mean, the synergy is beautiful. I see a few people are messaging me saying that it's coming up as $197 a month. That's not. Yeah,
I'm seeing that. Make sure that isn't the case.
Just hold off just for now. Let me just get back in touch and fix that. It might take an hour or so. I've got to get into the Facebook page because they're very quick if I jump in there and get them to change it. But Jeez, hold on a second. Let me just try doing that right now. I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah. I mean,
Save me a little bit of time to, because I had the monthly set. I did this last minute because it's got a monthly, normally a monthly, but it's just taken the setting of the whole monthly. Oh, I've done the wrong one. And put and just duplicated it. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Thanks for pointing that out, because that would have really, really sucked, because people would not have been happy, and I would have had a lot of what do you call it? Returns, and that's definitely
refunds, redos.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that. Although there is obviously a money back guarantee if you're not happy with it. But let me just see if I could just jump into JVZoo quickly and change that.
Are there any OTOs or upsells?
No
Boy,
OTOs. God no.
That's another one I hate. I hate it when somebody comes along and says, "This is what you've been waiting for. This is going to solve all your problems. Yes, you too can be making $10,000 a week. You need nothing else. Okay, now that I have your money, let me tell you how you can increase your results by the power of 10.
Okay, so hold on a second. It's let me changed it, and it hasn't. Let me just see if it's gone back into review. It may not have gone back into review. So hang on a second. Does someone want to try and go and do the purchases again and make sure it's not a monthly, because I've just changed it. It should be good now.
Someone give that a test and give us some feedback. Somebody says still a monthly for me.
Shouldn't be, because I've just changed it. Might take a minute. Hang on a second.
Is this on JVZoo?
Yeah, it's on JVZoo.
Here's something you can do. Listen, you've been good to our group. Why don't you be good to yourself? Go into PayPal, and create a link that they can buy from that does exactly what you want without going to JVZoo, and save yourself the 5%.
Okay, all right. Sure, I'll do that, no problem. Where is it? PayPal.
For you folks who don't know, we pay JVZoo 5%. We pay PayPal 2.9 to 3.9% on every transaction. So I start off losing 8-9% off of the price you pay, and then off of the gross we pay affiliates typically 50%. So the guy who creates the product normally ends up with about 40%.
I'm just gonna see if I can get that done now. I'm just logging into PayPal. What would I do? I do the not send payments, request payments? No. It's not request payment, is it? No.
No, it's not. Under merchant, it's create a button. You go under merchant, you go to create a button. Do I have your okay to publish this buy link in the SendWire Buddy group for those who have to exit?
Yeah, sure, no problem. You can post that. I'm going to keep that live for the next 24 hours, or until we hit 100 people. So yeah,
I'll make it clear. Somebody liked the link because it had a piece to save. Was it save 10%?
18%, yeah. Oh, 10%. No, 10%. $18 if you shared. That's right. Yeah. I don't know. I think for some reason my PayPal account is messing me around here. I don't know what to. I'll have to get this link sorted a little bit.
When you get it, I'll post it as soon as you do. Listen, as a thank you for this 197 price, could I get everybody who's on this call to just go ahead and say something nice about what they learned, whatever, on Facebook regarding Browsio?
Awesome training. Thanks for the info. Fantastic. I'm in. Yes, I'm in.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, great. Awesome, guys. Happy. Oh, yeah, he's used it. He used it.
Don't read it. Don't read it. You're going to get caught.
Awesome. That's great. Very good. And you know what? I actually found myself at a few points just like actually holding my tongue back. And I never ever use these words, only because you put them in my mind. I'm like rumbling out.
I've just become so sick of them. So sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, the guy wants to buy it now and cancel the monthly later. Just
There
wait
isn't.
refreshes.
Yeah, just wait for the new link. Wait for the new
I'll
link.
get that fixed within the next hour on JVZoo. If not PayPal, then JVZoo will definitely be fixed within the next hour.
Either way, we'll get the link posted on SendWire Buddy support, and it'll be valid for 24 hours. And I hope you people are as impressed with this as I am.
Thanks for the gold nuggets. Pleasure. Okay. Great, guys. Nice talking with you all. And I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed the training and, most importantly, use the training and start using Browsio to, start driving traffic to your offers in the right way and start seeing your, SEO and social benefits from this like you should. Okay.
Someone is saying you use that phrase.
Huh?
Someone is saying you use that phrase.
I did not say that.
I didn't hear it, but they put it right there in the chat that you did.
No, he didn't use the phrase, Christine.
Okay, somebody says they have a business partner. Do you have an offer for 2 seats together?
We don't have anything. JVZoo is very funny with things being set up like that. I think, I haven't really. That would have been with the monthly. We would have been able to give because with the monthly you have more than one install. The way that it works right now is the install will only work on one computer. I'll try and get something set up, but we actually don't have anything set up right now because of the way JVZoo works, and the licensing should only work on one computer as it is right now. So unfortunately, no. 197 each is still,
That's a really good price. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but I think that's a very generous offer. And listen, if you and your partner truly couldn't afford or don't want to afford, you could simply use one of you act as an outsourcer. You're not going to be able to add new projects, but you could certainly do the posting type stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Or use a VPS, he said. Good idea. Yeah. Okay.
Well, folks, with that, I'm going to bring this to a close unless somebody has another question. Last call for questions.
I'm going to hopefully get that PayPal link
as soon as he can get it ready.
I'm going to get that PayPal link done soon. If for some reason I don't, because for some reason, I don't know, I've got a feeling it's going to be messing me around, I'll let you know in the group, or Jeff will let you know in the group that you can go to the JVZoo link and that's fine. So it's fine, whether it's JVZoo or PayPal.
Yeah, I'll post it. I will post it on SendWire Buddy support. People, have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. You'll have 24 hours to get in. There were only 50-something people on the call, right? I'm sure that once I post that up there, there'll be those people that are saying, look for the replay. And if they didn't make it, they won't know what they're missing, because I doubt that I'll get the replay up in time.
Yeah.
For them to buy in. So you're in the right place at the right time.
Cool.
All right. Take care.
Pleasure, everyone. You're welcome, everyone. That's saying thanks over there. Have a good one.
Right.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.